got the whole New York.
What's crack-a-like in NYC?
Like nothing else I'd ever heard.
On the air now. Número uno.
It's all coming to you in full fidelity, high definition.
607, 39 degrees.
I love radio as a method of advertising. I think it's actually very modern. Years ago, they were saying that radio was going to fade away. Boy, were they wrong. There's more listeners than ever before.
I think the first vivid memory of radio for me was listening to Imus. And this guy came on the radio and started saying these things that nobody had ever said on the radio before. And it was like, I need to be doing this.
And I used to pretend I was the disc jockey, and I'd hold the microphone, and then I'd put it in front of the record player, and then I even had my own American Bandstand top 10 hits I would unveil to myself every Thursday.
Because there we were, Supreme Cuisines, Manhattan Beach, Brooklyn. The box was on everywhere on the beach, and you were just mesmerized by it. It was captivating. And naturally, the commercials. More pork sausages, more, please.
I mean, it's a very powerful medium.
It's more broad than the newspaper and TV for the simple fact that you can hear the radio anywhere.
It's convenient, especially if you need a car or something.
I've always felt comfortable doing radio because nobody's looking at you. They're not looking at my hair. How does it look? Is it terrible? Is it beautiful? I mean, the beauty is I can be at home doing a radio show and nobody even knows I'm not in the studio.
Really, when your audience believes you and trusts you, you don't want to take advantage of that. So you get behind a good product and you just tell people about the benefits. And we try to pretty much experience everything that we've talked about over the years.
You know, when I find great products, when I find a great restaurant like Ruth's Chris, when I find a great internet flower service that delivers flowers that are in the fields one day and in their wife's bedroom the next day, I want to share it.
Welcome to Zootopia. I'm Elvis Duran, and I want to welcome you to our living room.
I could go on the air and say, hey, meet us at the Madison Square Garden sign up front in 10 minutes. I've got this and this and this to give you because I want you to try this product and I want you to take these tickets for this concert, whatever. And people are there within seconds. There's crowds. Police show up and go, what are you doing? Why didn't you call and tell us you're coming down? And in reality, it was just a little passing mention on the radio, and it works that fast.
I think the loyalty aspect of our audience and the trust they would have in us trying to sell them something, it can be found in the fact that Doug and I do live reads for companies who have been with us for 17 years.
If we hear it on the radio, yeah. We'll definitely go and check it out on the website or something.
The things that they advertise mainly is things that I will be into.
This is Fuse presents Hot 97 Summer Jam.
If you are spending your money to advertise a product, what better way to touch a specific group of people? If somebody listens to my show, they like a certain thing, they are into a certain kind of music, they are passionate about, especially our music, they are passionate about our music, they are tuned in, they are plugged in, they are paying attention.
Radio is so unique because it's so accessible, it's so there. You know, you can hear radio in the car, you can hear radio in your kitchen, you can hear radio now that we have new technology in so many other areas that we never thought of before, but it's an intimate and very personal medium.
You validate something in their world. And when you do that, when you've touched somebody at that core level, you've got them hooked, they like you, they listen to you, and when you speak about particular products, they buy those products.
I heard an announcer on the New York radio say to go out and buy a stack of two. He trusted it, he believed in it, so I went out and I bought it. Tastes great, gives you a boost of energy.
I heard from Joe that Umberto's was the best place to eat in New York, so I tried it myself, and he was right.
We're not competing for anybody else's attention. It's just like we're sitting in the car next to them, telling them where they have to be, what the tunnel delay is, pitching the product to that person. It is a true one-to-one relationship. You don't get that with other media.
Oh, of course. I love New York radio.
Usually turn on in the morning for entertainment, education, to know what's going on in the world.
Let's be honest here. We're all commuters, as far as I know, and radio is definitely, you can't bring a TV with you. Radio helps out a lot for that.
Radio stations are a cultural focal point for the audience groups they attract. They cut across all of the demographic lines and at the same time have specific appeal to different groups of the audience. Radio stations are outposts of pop culture and the easiest way to tap into the workaday lives of people anytime, any place, anywhere is through radio.
Radio stimulates the mind because you have to think. But if you're not entertaining, you're not going to open up that medulla and cerebellum to the ideas and concepts that you're trying to float through that medium that we call radio, which is total theater of the mind.
I never really talk about September 11th. We talk about September 12th and what radio did to bring the community together, to get supplies down to ground zero. And I'm thinking, once again, podcasting and nationwide satellite and things like this, they can't do it.
News happens, you know where to go. 9/11, one of the most tragic days in the history of New York. People tune to New York radio to get their information.
If you're not advertising on radio, you're fired.